Hi, I'm Daniel Shanahan from AppStack Consulting. And in this video, I'm going to take you through a demo that I created for an animal management system. I used the low-code tool SmartSuite. Here we are on my SmartSuite dashboard, and I have these two files. I'm going to highlight some of the really neat things that SmartSuite does, really impressive things when it's called a low-code tool. Really, low-code has come such a long way, and what we're going to find here is a relational database management system with a lot of features. So if you're not familiar with the low-code environment yet, take a look at the options available. SmartSuite is one of the newer ones and very active in their development. So I have these two solutions that we saw. Let's just go back so we could see that. I have two solutions here, an animal management system and an animal treatment log. Let's look at the animal management system, and I have a couple of animals here, and I have them in card view. SmartSuite offers several views. I could look at it in a grid view, and there's other views. Some of these don't make a lot of sense for this particular set of data, but the card views do. And then I can just click on this, and I get a detailed version of all the data. And I can control some of the data points with drop downs, something like this. And let's say for this particular one, we'll say that Spot is sick, and we'll come back to that a little bit later. I can control the animal type. I have some notes here. SmartSuite has a really interesting long form text box. So I'll make that wider. And in here, if you're familiar with any of the writing tools, personal knowledge management tools, things like Notion, you see all the familiar tools that are here. And I have access also to other data in here. So I might say something like I could say best friends with Mr. Ed, and that could be my note for this pig. And now you can see that it's a link. So now if I open that up, I get Mr. Ed, the horse's data. So a really nice feature there. Let me save that and I'll close that out. And I'm coming back to the pig. Let me save those changes. So we're looking at the animals in a card view. I don't have a lot of apps. These are called apps. You can think of apps in SmartSuite as data collections, data buckets. If you're familiar with relational database management systems, you might think of these as tables. The language that SmartSuite uses is apps, and so that's what I'll do here. We can make as many apps as we need. I just have a couple in here. I have another place where we can say where does this animal bed down at night, and so I have a stall location, and we could put that here. Let's see, where is that? Here's my stall location, and so I could be on one set of data, and I can look through and see the other set of data, and I have a little bit of additional information, and I can see that this stall is clean, and I can click on it, and I can come to the stall itself. Opens up that card. Okay, so all of that's really cool. What I want to do is I want to mark a couple of these as sick. I call this an animal management solution, but really what I want to highlight is how the different solutions can interact with each other. Let's go back to our dashboard, and now I have this animal treatment log. So we've marked a couple of animals as sick, and so now we have to track the sickness. What we'd like to do is track the sickness and track any treatment that they have. So here I have 3 apps available, and this one has some data in it, has a couple of medicines, and the status of the medicine. We might be out of that medicine, or the medicine might be expired, so we want to know not to use it, and some different information too about the medicine. It's really an inventory management system on the medicine here, and you can expand this as large as you want. You could put purchase order information on here, you could put receiving information on here, you could put quantities, and we do have quantities on here. Let's see if I can get down here. We do have available quantities, medicine, purchase quantity, so we can manage it there. Okay, but what we want to do is, we had those animals that are sick, and we need to have a diagnosis on there. So I'll add a new record here. I'm going to add those 2 sick animals, and I can filter this list. But even if it's unfiltered, the big thing to know is that this data is coming from a different solution. This particular solution has 3 apps in it, and the animal information is not in this solution. It doesn't matter. So I can reach out and grab that information from another solution in SmartSuite. And so here, if you have a long list, then you might want to just select the sick ones. So I'll do that. I'm going to grab this here for these 2 sick animals. I filled in some of the data here so we could see that the doctor has already seen the horse, but has not yet seen the pig, and has made a diagnosis. And that's the treatment. And we could see over here that we do have the penicillin. I'm sure it's a particular type of penicillin, but the point is, how does it get logged into a tool like SmartSuite? So now we come to the treatment log, and now we want to mark when Charlie, the horse, has a treatment. And he needs that Charlie needs that once per day. Now I could put that here, but the other thing I want to show about SmartSuite, which is very nice, is that I could create a form. I've created a form in this, and I could send that to one of the staff members, and then he or she can go and accompany the doctor who's administering the penicillin, and they can record all of this on their phone. And I have a simulation of entering that data on the phone. So let's take a look at that now. Here's my phone simulation. I'm going to check the animal that needs. Notice that I don't have all the animals listed, just the ones that are sick. So I'll choose Charlie horse here. And it does require medicine. Now we can see that it's filled in the data here. The form has been sent and received, and now the data is here in my treatment log. If I go back, now I go back to this animal. Again, this is the animal management solution. This is a separate solution, 2 different solutions. And I look at Charlie. I can go down and I can see Charlie's treatment. So all of that data really comes together very nicely in SmartSuite. If you are running an animal sanctuary, if you're a veterinarian, if you are working in a zoo, and you are still using a spreadsheet or even pen, paper, and file cabinets, take a look at a tool like SmartSuite. They're very, very flexible, very adaptable, and extremely powerful. If you need help figuring out which applications to use for your business, contact me at AppStack Consulting.